Turn impure gold jewelry into pure gold bars. My friend has collected gold jewelry for many years. I'm going to process it a bit today. There are 5 chains, 1 watch face, and a pile of odds and ends. This watch is still running, and it doesn't look like it has a very high gold content. It's not worth refining. Let's leave it for now. 2 necklaces are marked as 18K, and another one is marked as 14K. This one has no markings. The clasps are all gone. It needs a slight inspection. There are many methods for cleaning. Do whatever is most convenient for you. Pour some concentrated nitric acid into the bottle. The chain also has scratches. Soak it in there for a few minutes. Nitric acid can dissolve most metals, but gold can resist it. If it's less than 8K, it will also corrode around the hydrogen atoms and dissolve other metals. If it reaches 14K gold, it can block the acid. This stuff has been soaking for so long, it looks unchanged. The scratches are the same. It can be sure it's not gold-plated, and the gold content is not low. And there's a very thin one that has no markings. Let's do the same test on it. See that? It's different. It started reacting immediately. After 10 minutes, only some black residue remained. This pile of miscellaneous items seems to have a very low gold content. I'll process them separately later. First, let's work on these chains. The first step is to reduce their gold content to around 25%. That is 6K. This way, the gold will not be able to prevent other metals from contacting nitric acid. This is very important. The silver can be easily recovered. Unfortunately, there's a lot of silver and copper wire that has been ground up. Calculate the required copper material based on their respective lip and weight. A paint can combine with high-temperature ceramic wool. Make a simple furnace. Punch 2 more holes on the side for easy insertion of a torch. Then cover it. Maintain a high temperature inside. It burned for 15 minutes. Why does it look like there's no change? It's not red at all. Maybe the can is too big. There's too much space inside. Change to a smaller paint can, paired with this small graphite crucible. Add copper and K gold chains to it. Abandon the furnace. Fire it up and refine it. This works. It turned red in just a few minutes. Add another torch above it. Speed up the melting process. Melt it into liquid. Free up space. Continue adding copper and K gold into it. Feels about right. Adding material and pouring it into the water cooled down too much. The stainless steel pot can't hold it. I had to melt them all in 2 goes. And the sides were all burned through. It all flowed out from the sides when pouring. All the alloy is here. Still there's a big handful. Let's put it in a large beaker. Then add dilute nitric acid and soak. The reaction starts immediately and produces irritating nitrogen dioxide gas. Nitric acid is dissolving copper and any other metals mixed with the gold. Copper is converted into copper nitrate. It starts as this light blue color. As the concentration increases, the color also becomes deeper. Other trace metals in the gold are also converted to nitrates. Dissolve it, but the amount is very small. It won't change the color of the solution. When the reaction stops, add dilute nitric acid again. See? It's starting to bubble furiously again. The reaction stops. Replace it with a larger beaker. Continue to add more dilute nitric acid. No need to dissolve the clot. The first is to avoid losing control. The second is that the extra water can dissolve the metal salts produced here. Of course, the speed will be slower. You can also speed up the reaction by heating it. Turn the hot plate to maximum. Boil it for an hour. Most of the copper inside has dissolved. Then add nitric acid. This time the concentration is higher, to ensure all the copper inside disappears. Heat it for another 40 minutes. These are some very soft gold sponges. It still doesn't look clean enough. It was repeatedly cleaned 3 times with boiling distilled water. Now start dissolving the gold. First, add concentrated hydrochloric acid. Turn on the hot plate to heat it up. Then drip in a small amount of concentrated nitric acid. Neither of them can dissolve gold on their own. But when they are mixed together to become aqua regia, gold can't resist. Continue to add nitric acid. Only when the gold inside appears to have completely disappeared. Then let it sit overnight. The next day, you'll see some solids at the bottom. It should be silver chloride formed from the remaining silver in the gold. Add an equal amount of water to dilute. Remove any silver chloride that may still be dissolved. Then add a little bit of concentrated sulfuric acid. Eliminate any lead that may be present. After stirring for an hour, take it over and filter it with coffee filter paper. Rinse the filter paper with a large amount of distilled water, until it looks basically colorless. After filtering, pour everything into a larger container. Discharge operation. Pour 200 milliliters of distilled water into the beaker. Then add 120 grams of potassium pyrosulfite solution. Didn't completely dissolve. Add another 100 milliliters. Okay, now. First, scan D to see the effect. Gold powder appears quickly. See? This is too slow. Pour it all in directly. Potassium pyrosulfite. It can reduce the gold in the filtrate into metallic form. Other metal salts will not be reduced by this. If you don't have it, sodium pyrosulfite can also be used. This reaction will release a large amount of sulfur dioxide gas. So, be sure to operate in a fume hood or outdoors. After the reaction is complete, let it stand for a few hours. Let the gold settle to the bottom of the container. Pour out the liquid. Transfer the gold powder to a beaker. Rinse repeatedly with boiling distilled water 4 times. Then rinse repeatedly with boiling hydrochloric acid 4 times. Finally, rinse with distilled water twice to finish. The contrast before and after cleaning is obvious. The gold is now very pure. Dry on a hot plate. Remove residual moisture. Done. Looks so peaceful. Weighed it and it's only about 75 grams. These miscellaneous items already have a very low gold content, so no need to reduce it further. The remaining steps are exactly the same as before. These two are still okay. The gold content is quite high. Also goes through dissolving, filtering, and precipitation. The result was unexpected. I weighed it. It's actually over 6 grams. That's insane. I almost threw them away. Plus what I had before, it is over 81 grams in total. Preheat the crucible. Add some borax and bake it again. To avoid the gold from spattering, put the gold powder in. Melt it into a gold nugget. Add the remaining gold powder while melting. You can also sprinkle some borax to aid the melting. After it's all melted, let it cool for a few minutes. And slowly take it out. Rinse it with water again. To remove the remaining borax. I weighed it. 81.31 grams. It's 0.3 grams lighter than the original gold powder. It should be water vapor. That's how I simply turned gold jewelry into 24. Pure gold. Pure gold is highly ductile. It's mostly soft. This steel nail can easily penetrate it. If I hammer it a few times, I can go right through it. Because it is too soft. So when making jewelry, other metals need to be added to become K gold. To increase its strength and toughness, pour it from the crucible into a graphite mold. To make gold bars. 3 pieces in total. It feels heavy in my hand. This feels so good.